Vlogcasts may occasionally contain explicit content that makes it not safe for work or for minors. It also doesn't provide an excuse to use the same words on Bay 13. Normal Big Footy rules still apply.
Welcome to the Big Footy Bay 13 vlogcast. I'm joined by Dan.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am at Camp Granada.
We're joined by two special guests. We've got Tyler Durden.
Yeah, I'm here. Get the fuck on with it.
And for the first time, we have Pantskyle.
How you guys going?
And joining us from Europe, we have Fyfie.
Good afternoon, it's 3 p.m. local time here.
You do it in Europe.
Oh, well, couldn't stick around. You know, Richmond losing, had to get out of the mess, get away from the shit, get away from the microwaves, and just in case someone decided to, set fire to the city.
What happened, Fyfie? Did you find a continent or a country in East Europe that actually has internet? I didn't think they had it.
Well, actually, I did, but it's mainly because I had to use the airport one, because once you leave the airport, they don't have it there. It's only the airport, so everyone else can stay connected.
So yeah, Poitercat wasn't as full of shit as everyone thought.
When do you come back to Australia? Do you hope to come back a few years before Richmond make their next finals?
As soon as Hawthorn choke, that's the rule. You come back from Europe when Hawthorn choke.
Okay, well, we'll book your flight, Fyfie, because that's coming. Where the fuck is the cat wrangler? I mean, he's just taken a week off because it's all just too easy for the Hawks.
Yeah, he took a week off out of sympathy for Buddy last week, and now he's taking a week off because Hawthorn, he doesn't have to deliver because neither do Hawthorn this week.
That's not good enough.
He's a pissant.
Come back, Wrangler.
No, it's very disappointing since we've got the Teach here and Wrangler's not here to talk about it. He's probably a bit scared considering that, there was some big upsets on Saturday, and yet despite that, the biggest loser was probably Hawthorn.
Why do you say that, Fyfe?
Because they face a prelim against Geelong, with all the expectation in the world that they win this one.
Yeah, well,
Grand final.
they've probably got some twitchy bumhole stuff going on there, but they won't admit it. Pantskyle, give us your impressions of the weekend's results.
Well, I don't think anyone was very much surprised on Friday night. The Swans are cooked. They've been cooked for a little bit, actually. I didn't really give a fuck about that game. I was happy to just get smashed. Very, very surprised with the Purple Puffs winning. And as much as I hate to say it, as an Eagles supporter, I believe they are going to play a grand final this year. And,
don't fucking wind me up about that.
I thought Geelong were very brave in that game.
Essendon brave?
We might as well get it out of the way. So, me and my mates, we had to go. It was the first final ever at Cardinia Park, and it was Vlad. Vlad was just sticking the knife into Fremantle for resting all of those players the week before. And we did have a little bit of a twitchy bumhole going down there. But we thought we'd carry it over and we'd do well. And despite what all of you fuckheads say, it's not a shithole. It's a fucking great stadium, and we love it. I can hear you laughing, Dan. You get fucked.
If it's a shithole, why haven't you
It
only seen
is
that
a
once?
brilliant stadium, and we love going there. And we had a good lunch at a local pub, and we just gone down there going, we're going to smash these Purple Puffs. And unlike last year, they didn't get the march on us early on, and we thought, yeah, we'll last them out. But fuck me, they just stuck to their structures, and the Cats just fucked it up massive, and it was just a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And the curse of the Purple Puffs continues. Well done to Fremantle. They were just brilliant. They just did not buckle, and they deserved to win. So they got their home final, and we went home like a pack of sad, moaning fucking handbaggers.
I'm a little bit disappointed in your reaction to that one because I would have loved to listen to you melt down a little bit. You've been very soft.
Well, I nearly did. I nearly did melt down because we came home that night and I was angry as a, fucking pack of angry beavers. And
That's pretty angry.
It's pretty angry. But luckily, I had some mates coming over and we just watched the Collingwood Port Adelaide game and had some drinks, because if I had been alone at home, I would have put, how do you say it, Chithulbulu? I would have put him to fucking shame. Because I had enough to drink and I had access to porn, and I just would have fucking... I would have lost my mod ship. I just would have just melted the whole fucking thing down. But luckily, that didn't happen, and good on Fremantle. They deserve it. So, yeah, I'm still moaning. I'm still a fucking sook, but there you go.
Are you shitty that you got dragged down to Geelong for that?
No, not at all. I mean, it was... We had to go because we might not ever get another final down there. And it was great. It was great to go down there and be with my mates who I always go to the footy with. But, fuck, we lost. Fuck.
Will you be going next
Sound a
year?
little bit disappointed.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking hell. I've not been good to be around for the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's a bit like that with the Richmond one. I was, honestly, from a personal standpoint, it just wasn't a good weekend. You know, Richmond getting done. Abbott, Prime Minister, just for me, that was too much.
The icing
That's
on
too
the
much.
But yeah, that was just too much. And yeah, today just been in a bit of a daze thinking, did I wake up in just some parallel universe where everything's just shit?
Are you all right, Fyfie? There was a suggestion on the bay that you wouldn't be in the right frame of mind to be on tonight.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm a bit jet lagged, so I'm a little bit out of it, so it's okay.
You're such a leader. You keep pushing on.
Kudos to Fyfie. Oh, I was thinking about you whilst I was watching the footy yesterday. Although I've got to say that Death Evocation and myself were very much on the same wavelength when we spotted the Richmond Beast
Oh, God.
in the cheer squad. We were seconds apart from posting about the Richmond Beast, and what the f- was that thing? It was just an amorphous blob of anger.
Hey, you should be nicer to Dykes.
We kind of think it's a guy, though, don't we?
Apparently someone confirmed it.
Is it Bombers 2003?
No, but he's asking questions.
Interesting.
No, I reckon Bombers 2003 looks a lot more like Ariel Castro.
I already said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, well, Ariel Castro killed himself, but Bombers 2003 is still posting, so that's wrong, I guess.
But yeah, just watching that game, that was awful. But admittedly, this weekend has provided a lot of material, because if anyone hasn't caught it, not only did we get the Richmond Beast, did anyone else see the gif of Bucks having a wank in the box?
Oh, yeah, I saw that yesterday.
What was going on with that?
I have no idea. What was the movement? And the reaction, it was just like, would you have rather been somewhere else?
And they got rolled by Port. I mean, that's a top-end result. And we've seen all of the tears around the Collingwood supporters and the Buckley supporters over the last few days. But you've got to say, well done to Port. I mean, they've had a brilliant season.
That team's got nerves of steel. I mean, the turnaround from last year to this year has been unbelievable. I mean, what does it say about Primus as a coach?
I think it says more about Hinkley.
Yeah, I agree, Fyfie. He's done a masterful work there, and there's so many players that have just really, really stood up this year. Everyone is blowing a load on the bay over Wingard. What a great player he's been.
He's a jet.
And he's only playing in the forward line at the moment, and he's dominating. Just wait till he gets a bit of a tank and starts, moving up the ground a bit more. Start to, really
Let's
scare
not forget
teams.
about Koshy on this one as well, because I reckon he's been real brave and he's a hero for Port Adelaide.
Serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't give him that much credit.
He gives them a bit of relevance, though. You can't. I noticed it after the comment about the Port Adelaide Ferals on the AFL website, and he speaks up. He gives them a bit of profile credibility.
Absolutely. There's a profile in Victoria in that as well, which they wouldn't otherwise receive.
Yeah, he's not like some anonymous president. You can't take pot shots at Port because he will strike back, and Vlad learnt that a couple of times this year, that he's actually got enough of a profile to, like Eddie and Kennett did. Not quite the same, but
But they're bloody spot on, aren't they? Because that team, they're just going out there and having fun, and I think that's what they've tried to, instill down there, is just enjoy your football, and that is a team having fun. I know it sucks shit that they are, but they enjoy themselves.
He's got such a punchable head, though.
You'd like to break his glasses, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad that I don't watch his morning TV show, because when I see the highlights of it, I just go, oh, you just need to eat a turd.
Take a chunk out of himself.
But no, full credit to Port. They've been unbelievable this year, and good luck to them. So, last game then. Oh, you want to avoid this Fyfie, don't you?
It was just, I was happy at halftime and I thought, when they started to come back, they didn't adjust to Carlton's game plan, didn't slow it down. And then, but still, I thought when Mitch Robinson rushed that behind, he must have been the only person at the ground who didn't know he couldn't do that. I thought, we're going to get this one now.
I know. Everyone saw him do it. And we were like, the hell are you doing? And he's just punched it through. And I thought, oh, well, this is going to help Richmond win.
Yeah, I just thought that's the moment. That's where the momentum stops, but it just didn't happen.
Well, if I can give you any solace, Fyfie, I'm going to think back to 2004, 2005, when we absolutely choked it up in finals, and then things happened for us after that. So stick fat, Fyfie.
I'm happy with most of, it's weird. It's a weird feeling whether the season is deemed successful or not, because 15 wins and 5th spot after the season, but then that loss, it's like, was it good or was it bad? Or was it in the end disappointing considering? It's
Compare
really weird.
that to the last 30 years.
I know, but it's just like...
I think
it's
a
good.
failure.
It's good,
Hey,
mate. It's good. They will do better. And so you just have to wait.
Yeah.
Just
Just
your
was very
800%
frustrating.
confidence taking a bit of a pounding now.
Yeah, I think for every kilometre I've gone from Melbourne, it's dropped a percentage point, so I'm somewhere in the negatives, I think. If you can do that, I don't think you can, but yeah.
Very disappointing.
It was just one of those things where I thought, couldn't believe it was happening.
Because the Wrangler hasn't been here, so we haven't talked about the horse, but they are in scintillating form, and they just put the Swans to the sword, and I can't see anyone stopping them.
On that, personally, I don't think they were that great on Friday. I think it was an indictment on the Swans that Hawthorn didn't play well, yet put them away convincingly. The Hawks weren't fantastic for much of the first half. Admittedly, no Buddy, no Delicious, but I was at that game. They didn't look impressive in the first half. The second half, they certainly kicked into gear, but
That's the scary thing, though, isn't it? Because they were shithouse that first half. They were really bad, and what they did in that second half, that they're not even playing their best football yet. If they don't win the premiership this year, and someone does knock them off whoever knocks them off in the grand final, it'll be fucking hilarious because theirs to lose.
who says they'll make the grand final? They might not get past the prelim.
Well,
Well,
they
yeah.
may not, and that's even worse for them, isn't it? If they get knocked out by Geelong, I'll be on bay 13 like nobody's business.
No, you won't.
You won't be able to get off.
You won't be able to.
No, I'm going to get on nice and early and just reserve my fucking seat.
No matter what happens with that result, if that game happens on prelim night, regardless of result, Big Footy will crash.
The server
So-
chooks will be cooked.
It's a worry, though, for the Hawthorn supporters that if they beat Geelong in the prelim and make it to the grand final, have they already won their grand final?
They're just ready to be poofterised by Ross Lane.
That's it,
assuming-
isn't it? It just...
Whoa. Geelong still have to beat Port Adelaide, which is not certain yet.
Oh, it's close enough.
I got to be honest, the one thing that makes me think that Geelong are just about certainties is I can't see Geelong playing like that again, and I find it hard to see Port playing like that again. And just on that basis, Geelong will probably roll them. But
Yeah, could be 10 goals.
we talk about teams playing their grand finals. Port's was last week.
Don't want to get you excited there, Tyler, but you should win that game.
Yeah, well, I'm not taking anything for granted right now with my busted arsehole that's been slammed up by a purple dildo.
Just need Port to start a blue and white hoop thread.
No. Geelong Dynasty's already started one about the pork hunts.
Well, yeah. The fuck is he doing? I mean, for fuck's sake, haven't you learnt anything?
He's got nothing to lose. He's already got not a flog of the year, a thread of the year backfire to his name. He can make as many backfires as he wants now. None of them will come close to the bandwagon of thread.
We have so many posters who have just posted the ultimate backfire threads. And as soon as it happens, you get all of the Hawthorn scabs jumping on, like Bosk and my good mate Les. And they just jump on and they take the high ground and aim the machine gun low and just mow everyone down.
Credit to the Geelong posters, though. The Purple Poofs thread was one that everyone could get excited about. That was the ultimate Nougat, just made it, with that one extra step, made it just immortal. And then this year, too. It just doesn't end.
Oh, it's hilarious. But the curse of the Purple Poofs continues, so...
Yeah, it's a finals curse now.
It is, yeah. It's not home and away because we beat them in home and away, but they've got us owned in the finals.
I think as a neutral, I'd like to see a Geelong Fremantle grand final.
That would be incredible.
No. No.
That would be incredible for the lead up as well, because it mean Hawthorn lost to him.
Honestly, this is a bit scaredy cat stuff, but I'd rather lose a preliminary final than lose another grand final.
Oh, because you've
yeah.
had it so hard. I mean, you've had 3 premierships, for God's sake.
Let me take you back 20 years, mate, when I lived through 4 grand final losses.
Some of us would kill to get to a grand final.
Yeah, some people have supported a team that haven't seen their side make a grand final yet.
Yeah, I don't even know why Plugger feels so sad yet. We'll go through some of the other things that did happen that weren't part of the games played, starting with Brisbane and Daniel Rich.
He's been cleared, and the whole pushing him out of the wheelchair was just proven to be a load of shit.
No, he actually did say a wheelchair retard, and he pushed him back. He didn't tip him out of the wheelchair, but he pushed him back, and they scabbed his cab.
Then they threw a kebab at him.
Yep, that's what they did. They threw a kebab at him. So
At least it's not St Kilda. If it was St Kilda, they would have thrown a Molotov at him.
And they would have lit him on fire.
Oh, fucking hell.
If it was Richmond, they would have been throwing
Yours
cave
in
at
the
him.
wheelchair?
But yeah, that was one thing. Another thing was Paul Roos getting announced as Melbourne coach for a maximum of 3 years. Is that just...
Well, hang on. The 3rd year's optional, isn't it? I mean, he's going to be there for 2 years, and then he might just bugger off.
Yeah, well, exactly. They're not going to get him for any longer, so they better hope they get someone underneath who's, not Mark Neild.
This does get him out of the commentary box, at least.
Oh, yeah, that's the best reason that Paul Roos... Yeah. Can someone give BT a coaching job? Who's going to... Who's going
Well,
to?
West Coast do need someone.
yeah, but in the coaching interviews, we're going to hear about Watsy and Jonesy
Oh,
and everyone elsey.
Well, yeah, I guess that brings us to why he might have chosen Melbourne. There were other offers. There was positions. There was West Coast and there was Brisbane. But the top 5 reasons that Paul Roos picked Melbourne over Brisbane. Number 5.
Melbourne have better magic jumpers.
Number 4. Neil Craig's going to Brisbane, so he doesn't want to be there. Number 3.
Jack Watts.
That's all that needs to be said. Number 2.
Roosy found that the nicknames would be easier to come up with at Melbourne compared to Brisbane.
That makes sense. What kind of nickname can you give to Pierce Hanley?
Hanley.
And number 1 reason,
Melbourne players are too soft to push anyone out of a wheelchair.
the Paul Roos appointment. Look, it might work out, it might not, but this
It
hardly...
won't work.
It won't work?
No. This is
I
Melbourne.
agree. It won't work because the brand is trashed and they don't have any talent.
I mean, do you honestly think he's going to install Blood's culture at Melbourne? Come on.
He's got to override the existing Bruce Free one. That's the thing. That's why it's like, well, Jack Watts is going to stay. No, if you were Paul Roos and you were serious about it, you'd fuck off Jack Watts and you'd piss off some of the other soft players. You'd keep Nathan Jones, you'd make him captain. But what's the point in...
Do you realise it's already worked, though? It's gone off without a hitch. The Melbourne fans are up and about again. Team success doesn't matter at all. They've got Paul Roos. That's
I
it.
expect Melbourne fans to start threads about how they'll start these for premierships in a few years' time.
Well, it's not like we haven't seen that before.
That's what it was designed. That's why you're paying him $5 million a year.
Paddlepop, why do you always sound like you're inside a cardboard box? Fyfie's already in Bulgaria and he's found internet, unlike Peter Cat. But you're in mainland Australia and you're talking down a drain.
This is what happens when Tony Abbott's running the broadband network.
He's been in power for a day.
Yeah, he's really fucked up the country.
Paul Roos only been in charge for 3 days, but apparently he's fixed everything, so who knows?
Paul Roos is still on the fucking couch.
I know. I don't know. It just seems it might work, it might not, but...
After round 1, he's going to be staring through the glass from his coach's box, thinking to himself, what the hell am I doing here?
What are the odds they get a soft game round 1?
He'll be thinking, I don't need to do anything because I'm earning 50 grand a day.
And at the end, he'll be able to walk away and hand it off to someone else. And if Melbourne failed over that time, it would just be like, oh, well, Melbourne were too much of a basket case. Not even the great Paul Roos could do it.
No risk, no threat to Paul Roos. And if he does fuck it up, he's back on the couch in a couple of years and we're all spewing.
Maybe they'll get someone to replace him who's not going anywhere. Don't know who it could be.
Oh, well, there's plenty of people on that bus.
Yeah. I hear James Hurd's doing nothing next year. Jeez. That'd be funny. But yeah, the other big piece of footballing news was that Woosha's gone. Pantskyle?
Well, look, I mean, I love the guy, and he's given a lot of service, but all I can say is about fucking time.
Oh, it's harsh.
Harsh
Dirty-
but fair.
Dirty thug.
Get
thug.
over it. It was fucking
Dirty-
20 years ago.
Dirty thug, dodgy chemist. Fuck off.
We should go to Essendon then, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I was about to say he's got out of the game when he's realised he's seen what's happened to Western and he's gone, oh shit, time to get out.
Don't want to get knocking on my door, do I? I mean, look, had to go. It was a time for a change. You look at our club this year, and everyone said, "Oh, West Coast is going to win the grand final, top 2, whatever." And
Yeah,
next minute,
you fucking
pick
cost me
6.
there.
No standby whoosh.
Just bring back the wings. Don't care about Whoosh anymore. It's time for the future.
No Kool-Aid out west.
Look, I mean, he's been a great servant of the football club. I think someone said the other day he's been involved in the club, I think, 25 out of 28 years or something. So it's a long time.
Well, it's going to be a little bit weird next year, him not being associated with the Eagles, because ever since I've been following footy, I've always known him to be a player or a coach at your club.
Well, absolutely same since I've supported the team. It's been, John Worsfold's been a part of it pretty much, except for those 2 years he was at Carlton, or a couple of years he was at Carlton. But look, I mean, it's not just John Worsfold that's gone as well. We've lost a few players, Kerr and Embley and that. So
What? Kerr retired?
yeah, he retired.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Missed that.
Well, he retired, but it sort of hasn't actually, I don't think, officially been confirmed. But in the press conference with Woosha leaving, Nesbitt did say 6 players have already left. So I think he would have been the 6th. So quite a few. Yeah, big turnover at West Coast. But
Yeah, Kerr, he may have neighed like a horse, but he didn't flatline at least.
no, he survived that trip.
Pants, is this the end of Ducks footy?
I hope not. How would the Bay survive?
Yeah, we need.
Well, saying that, we have lost Hams. And
We've lost Hams,
and
Selwood, Kerr.
Selwood, so it might fucking be the end of Ducks.
We need the crowd. We need the booing crowd, and they're not going anywhere. So
Well, I think the only way to really make sure that we keep the booing crowd is we have Scott Burns as coach. And we all know the fucking joke because everyone says it.
fair enough. And it wouldn't be the same going over to Perth without the boo.
Yeah. Brad Scott or was it Chris Scott could take his children there. We can't have that.
We still don't want his fucking Hmong kids there, so it's all right.
Yeah. But who do you reckon to replace him? I hear Michael Voss is out of a job. Crazy Vossy, he was an assistant at West Coast for about 2 weeks. Like, he knows the place.
Look, I mean, not many clubs can come to another team like the West Coast Eagles and spend 2 weeks under Woosha and then get a proper coaching job. That speaks volumes of what Woosha can teach.
You're being a bit generous there, I think, with proper coaching job. It was only the Bryans.
I think people are overlooking Jocko Williams. He could go again. I
Please
reckon.
don't.
Well,
Please don't take him.
He was actually my pick a good couple of months ago. I would have taken Choco. All I want for at that football club is someone that shows a little bit of emotion inside the box and just doesn't sit there with this blank expression on their face all the time and just tries to crack pretty crappy jokes.
It's a shame the Scott brothers haven't got a third twin. I mean,
we could bring Suze, couldn't we?
yes.
Suze, come and coach the Eagles.
What you need then is Brett Ratton. If you want someone to barrack for your team in the coaching box, you need Brett Ratton.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that.
I think we could.
Oh, we could. Yeah, we would piss ourselves laughing.
Oh, shit, that would fucking suck. I'd probably shoot myself, to be honest. Nah, look, Adam Simpson or Tudor, they're 2 pretty good options.
Jack said Tudor, he can't lift his voice above 4 decibels.
Yeah, the players won't take him seriously.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of a shame then.
We got to just recap the week on the Bay. Thread of the week.
Oh, it has to be Ugak's tread.
Yeah, all about me, James Hurd.
All about
yeah.
me.
Golden. Absolutely golden. We got to have that.
I love the Herd's legal team bit and Dyson Heffel being a girl.
Demetriou on the drums.
With his smiley face.
Yeah.
Actually, the best thing about that thread was that Ugak managed to actually get James Hurd's face on it, but the lips moved with the singing.
Yeah.
That was just gold.
I love how Chief just randomly gave him a free Big Footy Platinum membership as well.
He deserves it, though.
He's owed about 4.
Yeah.
Whenever he goes quiet for a week or 2, you just know he's in the works of doing something special.
He's been working on this one for a long time, I think.
He's a mad scientist, and you know something's coming.
But yeah, that was through the week, and an honourable mention would be the Richmond Beast, Tyler.
Well, I was really in sync with Death Evocation that afternoon because as soon as I saw the Richmond Beast, Death
You fell in
Evocation,
love.
yeah. Well, but fell in love. Fuck, it's a bloke, wasn't it? And I started the thread, and Death Evocation started putting up screen captures of it. And what does he do? I mean, he must sit at home every weekend, watch every single game, and he's there with his iPhone or whatever, and he's capturing screenshots as often as he can because he gets some of the most awesome shots. It's good for us, but Jesus, mate, get off the couch.
Yeah, that was sensational. Flog of the week. Look, if Richmond lost, it had to be a Richmond supporter, didn't it? It had to be a backfire thread. There were many of them, but what was the most significant one?
Ninth Tank being the worst finalist, so Flog of the week is Richmond Groupies.
Yep, agreed.
Honestly, I thought when we lost, I expected it to be from Tiger Boys. When I was like, so if a Richmond supporter melts on the bay, I'm like, oh, Tiger Boys is going to be posting just,
Yeah, Jade's made a late run at it too, but...
Jade's worthy of a mention.
Yeah. He slipped under the radar a bit this year. He's going to dodge Flog of the Year, I think, on the fact that there's been a few other bigger idiots. Again, just every year. He's like Plugger. They go close, but they just switch off at finals time.
Well, Plugger's just like his team. Exactly. He goes close, but he switches off at finals time.
Last week's poll, real quick, the biggest minnow. 21.1% said Brisbane, 0% said Queensland State of Origin team. 26.3 for barrel riding, 26.3 for Footscray, and 26.3 said Jack Watts is a footballing minnow. So
how's Jack Watts always getting into these polls?
I don't know. The only poll I haven't seen him on recently is very disappointing. With 97 people on the Victorian Electoral Senate thing, why could Jack Watts not find his way below the line as an independent? I'd have voted for Jack Watts.
Exactly. I searched the Senate ballot paper and I was looking everywhere for Jack Watts, not there. Very disappointed.
There was votes there. Send Jack Watts to Parliament and that'll get gay marriage in like that.
I find it amusing how that motoring party guy is going to get elected to the Senate purely on preferences.
That happened with Steve Fielding. That happens with everyone. Some real whack job parties amongst that bunch. Like, whilst we're on topic, I can't believe Clive Palmer got in on the basis of, I saw his ad, all he did was talk about how he was going to
serve the people by being like the Anzacs.
It was all about the Anzacs and there was no actual policy. So that just, like, he's name dropping the Anzacs just like James Heard in a Supreme Court writ.
Paddlepop, you live up there. What's going on with the people in your state? How fucked in the head are they to vote this dickhead in?
How many cane toads did you lick before you voted?
Don't blame me. I voted below the line of Senate and the Liberals like in the 60s and Palmer United was in the 50s. There's so many whack job parties out there.
I'll tell you what, mate, you need to get out of that cardboard box and start telling people what they should do.
But yeah, overall, the most disappointing thing is you could not vote for Jack Watts. You could vote for 97 people in Victoria, and not one of them was Jack Watts. And I feel slighted by that. Democracy does not work when Jack Watts can't get on the ballot paper.
It's a disgrace to think that votes for Jack Watts would not be counted.
You could vote for fucking Pauline Hanson and not Jack Watts. What's going on there?
You could vote for Doug Hawkins and not Jack Watts. Like,
oh, fuck that. That is ridiculous. I want to ask you a question. Anyway, let's get on to this weekend's games.
Yep. Well, we'll go with it's the big one. Geelong coming off a big loss, Port off a big win. That is the biggest of them all.
Well, Port Adelaide did redeem themselves for letting Carlton into the finals by knocking the scum out, but hopefully Geelong absolutely destroys them.
Where would you rather this one be played, Tyler, MCG or Cardinia Park?
It could be played on the moon for all I fucking care. Because we're fucked. And unfortunately, we are probably just going to win this. But I wouldn't be surprised if Port Adelaide pulled another upset because we are playing like a pack of busted arseholes. So whoever wins this game goes into Hawthorn in red-hot form in the prelim and will get the living shit smacked out of them. So, yeah, play it on the moon for all I care.
Fair enough. Anyone else got anything to add? I think Geelong romp this one in. Not quite 119 points, as someone actually suggested.
I reckon Tyler's just trying to deceive us all here and trying to deceive everyone. He knows they're going to win comfortably.
Be honest, Teach. You've got 800% confidence, haven't you?
Oh, maybe. Look, okay. I was blowing smoke up your ass. It's 790% confidence, and we're gonna smack the Port, and we're going to make it 12-0 against the Dorks, and then we'll probably play the Purple Poofs in the grand final, and unfortunately the curse will probably fucking carry on after that.
So you'll win.
Yeah.
Love a bit of honesty.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything on that?
Yeah, Port, look, as good as they've been this year, I mean, I think they played their grand final last week, and it's going to be hard for them to sort of back up the performance from last week, so I'd be tipping the Cats.
I'm tipping, Geelong by a significant margin. I'm tipping the Teach to knock those glasses off Koshy's head.
If I can get close to him. I haven't even got my tickets yet.
I don't think they'll be hard to get. Something tells me they won't be hard to get.
No, that's why I haven't got them yet.
I reckon this game should be at Cardinia Park.
No, we don't want any more finals down at Cardinia Park. Our finals record down there is shit.
Yeah, never happening again.
Yeah, we don't want it.
Perfect result for the AFL. Geelong won't ask for one for 20 years now. And the other game is Sydney Carlton. Like this one, honestly, I don't know. Swans were very bad last week. Carlton were pretty good. Amazing that Dygan was an emergency and couldn't get picked all year and then comes in, kicks 4 goals. He'll play. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
I think all of us are going to be Swans fans on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, I am. Like, if it weren't for Essendon, I just can't stand Carlton, but if it weren't for Essendon, they'd be Carlton right be on the bottom of my list.
I reckon Carlton are going to win in an upset. I think that Sydney have just run out of gas and Carlton are going to roll them.
Yeah, Swans just, they look shit. They look shit enough that Carlton could catch them on the big ground too, not the SCG where they can choke them. And, well, Hannah's last week, more grimaces than kicks.
It's a good dream team score.
Oh, they were bad. They were very bad last week. Can't underestimate how bad they were in person.
I'll just say that Carlton won't get close.
Does Goods come back this week?
They might risk him.
They'll have to, won't they?
He's coming back.
I don't know. I think he's too stuffed for them to carry, but...
Well, apparently they reckon he'll play as a sub, but that's pointless. You just if he's going to play, you bung him in the forward line. Just tell him to sit in the fucking box.
But mobility's a problem for them. They had to sub Mumford last week because he couldn't get a touch. They're too top heavy. Throw a slow Goods in there.
Yeah, but they're playing Carlton.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to say, yeah, that's a good point, but I can't.
I think they can win. I reckon Carlton can win.
I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they got up. But stranger things have happened, as we've seen last week.
I think we had our upsets last week. That's it now. There won't be any more.
No, I'll be one next week when Geelong beat Hawthorn.
Geelong will be
Fucking hope so. Oh. If we can turn next week into 12-0, can you imagine? Think of all of them. Think of Bosk. Think of Les Norton. Their heads will just fucking explode.
Yeah, Wrangler will never come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. He will be in such a bad place. He'll have a straight jacket on, just bouncing off the walls.
When I arrive back at the airport, I'll be seeing him catch a plane off to Europe for an indefinite period of time.
Well, I mean, now that you're in Europe, you've proven that they've got internet there, so he's probably going to have to go to Central Asia like Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan, where they don't have internet.
Greatest country in the world.
All of our countries are run by little girls.
I love it when Paddle sings.
The best.
All right, I think that's everything. So this was the Flogcast for the second week of finals. Fyfie joining you from Europe, joined by Tyler.
See you guys.
Dan.
See you, everyone.
Paddles.
Bye.
And new edition Pantskyle.
See you guys.
All right, and if you've made it this far, thanks for listening. And Wrangler, if you're listening, come back.
Hard enough.
Yeah.
Weak poof.